Hello, everybody. How are you? This is James Caldwell. It's part of my series. I'm just saying. Today we're going to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race. This is episode 9 of season 6. I was so excited to actually see this. The guests that we had today, they had really good guests. They had Chaz Bono and actually his grandmother. They had Cher's mother, Georgia Holt, was actually a guest, as well as the one and only Paula Abdul was actually a guest. So that was really, really exciting. Um, let's go ahead and get this done. I went right in. Darien Lake has basically become an absolute bitch at this point. I was a fan of Darian's in the beginning. Um, I don't know. We're getting to a point where I can't even stand to be bothered with Darian. It's just too much. She's just nasty. She's just really nasty, and the girls have actually called her on it, on her nasty behavior. I don't know. I don't know what her issue is, but she's gotten to be very snipe and very nasty in the last weeks. So they actually called her on it on RuPaul Untucked. It was on her, you're getting to be a bit of a nasty whore, honey. And, Courtney acts, I'm not even going to go there, but I just really, now all of a sudden, like, Courtney acts like she just can't stand Jocelyn. When Jocelyn talks, it just goes through her, all through her, when you're the one that was being nasty to her in the first place. But whatever, the normal. They start off with this bullshit every week, just about. They did, what the heck kind of challenge did they actually do in the beginning? It slips my mind, so it must not have been all that important, right? So, screw that. Anyway, they did talk show. They did a talk show, the RuPaul show, and they were going to be the guest host. So that was exciting. So let me just say this: during them doing that, everyone's clothes were wrong. Every last one of them. They were dressed like drag queens. Hosted a show. They weren't dressed like a actual talk show host. So everybody had too much glitter, too much jewelry, too much hair, too much colored hair, just too much. It was too much. Makeup was just too much. It was just too much. They all look like clowns basically. But the best interview I felt was Ben Delacreme. She was really a natural. She did a really good job. Um, Courtney Act was she was good. She was good. Her hair, she's the one that got it the most. She was the closest to what a talk show host would look like. Her hair was a bit too much. I thought it was a little too much onto the evening wear side. But other than that, she did look good, even though she gets on my nerves. She looked good and she got it as close to right as all, of the 7 girls. Bianca was actually, she's intelligent. She just ended up coming across boring. Uh, Jocelyn was by far the worst. I'm going to say the worst rather, because she actually asked questions about adoption. I'm sorry, adoption, Lord, questions about abortion, and it actually offended Georgia Holt. So I'm going to say she was the worst because that was awful. But on the main stage, she did end up apologizing, so I was really happy about that. But she really screwed up the interview. Trinity bombed, Darien bombed, Adore, poor thing, she just comes across as an idiot. She just nice girl, but she just comes across as an idiot. Um, Courtney won the challenge. And Chaz Bono, Chaz actually wanted her. That was part of it. I said, "Oh, honey, look at Miss Chaz, honey. She want to do some touching, honey." But oh God, and poor Trinity. Trinity kept calling Chaz Chad, honey. So that was a mess as well. Then we go on to their runway walk. Tonight they wanted them to be dressed as an animal, and the essence of an animal, a wild animal. And some of them just didn't get it as they started out. Finally, finally this season, Rue. Yay. Rue had a really pretty gown on. Rue looked very good tonight from head to toe. And it was really her same pattern, but the fabric choice was better than what we've been getting. And she really looked good. So, it's just as good as I could sit on here and fuss about her. I'll give her props. Rue, you look good, mama. I got to give it to you. I loved it. The fabric choice, cute little train. It's still kind of that same cut that works for her, but the fabric choice and everything was on tonight. She looked really, really good. She did from head to toe. Rue was done tonight. So kudos to you, Rue. Darien came out as an elephant. She came out in the essence of an elephant. She looked exactly like that. She looked like an elephant. She was ridiculous. Her fabric was cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. It just didn't look good. I'm like, girl, this right here, this is why they stopped selling fabric in Walmart. Because people were buying it and using it for the wrong things. Horrible. Trinity. Perfect, perfect, perfect. She was a bird. She was a phoenix. Feathers everywhere. All of this really theatrical paint. It was flawless. That bitch, that Trinity can pull a look. I'm telling you. She was flawless. She really was. Bianca, flawless. Flawless. She did, it was like a cheetah. And she had like cheetah print fabric. And she actually copied the fabric print onto her face with her makeup and her hair. Flawless. I didn't like the dress. I didn't care for the dress. The dress was like an old style, like very 40s type of gown. I didn't like that. But the fabric and the paint, flawless. Again, and that Bianca, she pulls a look to her and Trinity. Okay, and Bianca, the gown was so fabulous because she could sew her ass off. So the gown was sewn to perfection. It just wasn't. I didn't care for the cut of it. I didn't care for the fabric in that cut. That didn't go for me. I didn't care for that. But flawless. Adore. That poor thing. She just doesn't get it. She came out in black patent leather. And she was going on something about a panther or something. And when the fuck she ever seen a black patent leather panther? But whatever. She was just weird and it just didn't work. And it was, again, mall drag. Courtney, flawless. She came out and she did the whole Victoria's Secret thing. She had some type of pop in the wings came out. It was very theatrical, very Victoria's Secret. In a powdered blue. It was gorgeous. It really was. It was gorgeous. She had feathers glued to her eyes. It was flawless. It was a flawless look. It really was. Ben Delacreme came out as a fly. It was a fly. She had this really interesting costume, and she actually came out walking. She looked like a fly. It was very theatrical. Very. It reminded me of like Cirque du Soleil or The Lion King. It was like on that level of fabulousness. It really was. Jocelyn, that child, she just didn't get it. She bombed. She bombed. Bombed, bombed, bombed. And I have to say, Cher's mom is just a doll baby. She actually is. That Georgia Holt, she's really older woman and just sharp and she just handled herself so well. She really does remind you of an old version of Cher. You know how if you ever seen Cher do an interview, Cher does a very good interview. And her mom did too. She was just a doll baby. I really enjoyed her. But all in all, it was not, I don't want to say uneventful, but there was nothing really big going on. It was just really a cute episode, get your little drag on, and that was it. Then we get down to our bottom two. And it was Trinity versus Adore. And they did Vibology, Paula Abdul. And I'm glad I didn't have to judge. I'm glad I'm glad it was all solely on Rue because I couldn't choose. I couldn't choose. This is the first time I've actually seen Adore shine. When I say Adore performed the place down, she performed the place down. And the song, she was dead on. But then we're talking about Trinity here. So you got Trinity who is totally breaking the stage up as well. I literally could not choose. And I'm thinking that Rue probably chose because Trinity ended up going home. She went home. But I'm believing that Rue probably chose Trinity to go home because she's actually been in the bottom so many times. That could have been the only thing that she actually. I mean, because they were excellent. This season has been some of the best lip syncs since the show's been on the air. These bitches are going for it. They're going for blood. He got a group of actual performers. They don't fucking play around on that stage. They really don't. And there was points in the number where Trinity and Adore were actually interacting with each other. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. I'd have gave them bitches all my money if we were in the club. I would have tipped them all my damn money. So I'm just glad that I didn't have to judge and Rue could judge, because I'm telling you, I'm sorry guys, but I can't say who I think should have went home. That would have been one of those times when everybody would have got to stay if it would have been me, because they brought the main stage to its knees. They really, really did. But I was sorry to see Trinity go, because I really enjoyed seeing her each week. And she was just getting better and better as the weeks went on. So God bless her. And Trinity, I wish you all the luck, in your endeavors. And we are going to miss you, girl. But we'll see you at the reunion whenever that's time for that. And with that, guys, I'm going to wrap this video on up. We got through this pretty quickly today. And we'll see what actually goes on next week with our drag race. So with that, I'll see you guys. Leave your comments at the bottom, and I will see you soon. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.